Welcome to 25 Curiosities about Minecraft. It leads the most viewed video game in the history of YouTube with more than 200 billion views, managing to maintain this position since 2019 when the main effect along with other quite important factors made it resurrect after almost going to waste. Bird in Oblivion being like this, with more than a decade of history it has become not only the best-selling game but also one of the most iconic in the world. World number 2 James C. Heston, the creative designer. Mojano's main character for Minecraft was the one who started the custom of voting to choose the maps when in 2016. Through his Twitter, he carried out an informal survey where the llama was the winner over the alpaca. Although he was possibly running over because my mother is going to tell them how they differ. And number 3 now I'm going on this was one of the developers of the most active game on the Minecraft wiki under the pseudonym Jeff, which made the community grow an egg. And in fact if you name a sheep with the pseudonym of Jeff lowers his wool, it will change between different colors. And Sawyer tries to tell us something with that number for the line with gel from 2010. The public also threw out, reaching us the mop known as Phantom that at that time was presented as the monster of the skies nocturnal. In that edition won against other mob proposals presented as the monster of the deep oceans, the great hungry, and the floating hell, surely being the one that we would see the most of all of these. For 5 did not anchor gain such visibility that it has been referenced in more than one television show, one of the most important being the intro they did in The Simpsons, in which we can see the yellow family portrayed in addition to the fact that the nuclear plant is built with cubes. Other things that we can see is the statue by Jeremiah Springfield, a sign of a cross, and the clown and Mao in the form of flu, although the poor guy doesn't deserve to look so ugly without offending. Mon number 6, one of the most important items in the game and without which we basically can't do almost anything. In the Craft.io table, or crafting table in English, being one of the first, if not the first object that we have to build, in addition to the fact that we can find it in various parts of the map such as villas, mansions, and others. However, the name of the search table was not the one they had in mind, because originally this would be the workbench, or workbench in English. A perfect example that changes are always for the better, at least as long as we do not find out. Number 7 in April 2014, the peaceful ones that we all know are. They got tired of being killed and imprisoned by the players, so they rebelled and joined together to fight the Tsar. Music. A lie, but they did take over the game completely, because in a message provided by the Mojano team you could read the following: the villagers have become aware and have taken over our servers and content delivery networks, so unfortunately you will not be able to change your corner until we solve the problem. We are doing everything we can to disconnect them, but we must prepare to serve our new gentlemen villagers. Sincerely, the Minecraft team. With this, in addition to replacing all the players, is who with Alliance skins, or they also changed the music on the game's home screen for a humming version of the Game of Thrones intro, along with all the sounds in the menu, adding a rather annoying audio package in which they constantly said the name of the surface we were stepping on or the blocks we were touching. In the end it all turned out to be an April Fool's joke, and the villagers apologized in a video more or less. Number 8. The creator of Minecraft was banned from the game and from practically its entire history. That's how it is after selling it for $2.5 billion to Microsoft last night. The withdrawal didn't sit well with him and he began to get involved in issues delicates, where he made several controversial tweets that made the computing giant cut off all relations with him. In this way, the code of the game, in which his text name was on the home screen, and even the interviews and texts published in the official page were completely deleted. Number 9. We all know the famous Steve, the protagonist of the Cube game, but they knew that it is not the only game where he has appeared. So it happens that one of his most iconic appearances was in Super Meat Boy, the classic indie, where Steve was the last character to unlock, where in addition to having the general skills of the game he could put earth cubes and also remove them, which made the game too easy and was quite broken. Number 10. Another of the characteristics that came to us by popular vote were those chosen in the 2018 women's manga, which was the winner, the taiga biome and the fox, because on that occasion. Number 11. One of the biomes defeated in this edition was the savanna, which would have a new type of tree called bound maps, for blocks wide, in addition to permits, which sounded quite annoying, and ostriches whom we could ride like horses and surely plan with them, which would have been at least extremely epic. Number 12. Another eliminated in voting was a desert without more, which makes a lot of sense since it only added palm trees and meerkats as variety, falling quite short in comparison to the rest of the proposals. And surely if the meerkats had come with wild boars in the style of the Lion King, it came out first at 13. Night. The Mojano team were faithful devotees of celebrating April Fool in Minecraft, being the first celebration of that festival that they took to out in the game on April 1, 2011. During that day some peculiar ones appeared that offer the game map. These could not be destroyed, and when clicking on them we were thrown to a window that indicated that they were supply boxes from the Steve company, but to open them we would have to acquire a key to which the window did not point. In the store there were all kinds of items, from the aforementioned keys, A miner's helmet to the response of the game support for the modest amount of $499 they dropped. 14 Another of the main Craven series appearances was season 17 of South Park, where the adults had to use the game to be able to block their cable television during the episode Randy. Many of the parents begin to cut down trees and build horses in the real world, all in a satirical and uncomfortable way, just like software we are used to. Number 15 Within the game you can find randomly huge groups of bones. According to an article on the official Minecraft website, these belong to enormous creatures that were there millions of years ago and of which we can only speculate about their lives, diets or habits. These fossils are composed of charcoal and bone, and if we find them in negative layers there may be diamond within them. Number 16 Despite what many may think the network, this is not electricity, because according to Helen Angel, developers community manager of Minecraft, the nature of the energy of the redstone is radioactive. It is even stated that it contains uranium, which is quite logical if we stop to think that it does not need conductors for its energy to travel. In addition to the fact that when we activate it we can see small particles released, so if they do not touch it too much. Number 17 And speaking of that, there are theories that they affirm that if the red stones are radioactive, it is surely the culprit of many of the transformations and aberrations of the different inhabitants of the world of mind, going so far as to theorize that this element is what gives life to beings such as zombies or skeletons. Number 18 And to end the network are the initial mechanics proposed by the developer team for the power and mechanisms in the game were gears. In this way rows of gears would be chained to perform various tasks. However, this version did not please those responsible at Noyan, who believed that it was too industrial for the setting of the game, so instead they added red lines with the number 19. The first logo of the game was designed by Scott Barron, better known as DOI-ES Thinking. In that this would be its official logo, this version bet much more on curves and less on the characteristic square shapes that give the identity to game. Number 20 And where it not only designed a logo but also some of the first mobs that were tested in the game, these being the mythical Steve Black, Steve Best Boy and Rana. And with this we realize why he only stayed in the company for 2 months and then they fired him, because his vision did not quite fit with that of the game at night, and if it had remained surely Minecraft would not be what we know today. Number 21 When they began to think of villagers as possible merchants within the game, the biggest challenges they faced in Noya was how to develop a communication system to trade correctly with players. One of the options that were thought of was speech bubbles, but the idea was immediately discarded because the Minecraft team considers circles to be blasphemy. Number 22 Since July of last year on the official Minecraft channel, Minecraft on YouTube, the secret Minecraft program is broadcast, hosted by the yellow narrator. According to the description of the programs, the first is a self-proclaimed expert of the game with a horrible personality, and the second is a computer with a conscience that is unfortunately immortal. In the shows have revealed secrets as strange as they have been trying to play Steven in the Microsoft Solitaire game, but Terry's own Smash Brothers for a fatal mistake. Number 23 Not only Minecraft has been honored in different games, well, its creator has also been recognized. For example, in Team Fortress 2, where there is a cap called Top Knot which resembled the head of his corner in Minecraft Night. He is the only one who has this article in the game, and it was awarded to him after he complained on Twitter again that no one wanted him in the game, that he was number 24. The back was another mode that was voted into the game. The decision is made by the Minecraft community China and was officially the main con. Heart 2018 These have different personalities, which in theory we can notice by their face. Also, if a sick baby panda sneezes, all the pandas around will give a small jump. This is an interest that a video refers to, quite popular, of an adorable panda like all pandas. Number 25 Although the torches have always been infinite in Minecraft, it was thought about making them with a time limit for ignition to have to light them again with a lighter. In fact, this type of torches was seen in Minecraft, but they were only implemented in a joke version for April Fool's Day and included a new unlit torch block which they put it in, otherwise half of the players would have easily missed the mine.